So we have a proclamation declaring September 9th, 2020 is Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Awareness Day, whereas fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is a continuum of permanent birth defects caused by exposure to alcohol before birth, maternal consumption of alcohol during pregnancy, and whereas fetal alcohol spectrum disorder can only be prevented by avoiding alcohol entirely if pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Yet, the incidence of the disorder within the United States is estimated at 1 out of 20 live births. And whereas in Hamilton County alone, an estimated 41,000 people have fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. It is more than twice as common as autism, and with no dedicated state services to diagnose, prevent, or treat it. So there's more, of course, but now therefore be it resolved now that the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County does hereby proclaim September 9th, 2020, Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Awareness Day in Hamilton County. And we encourage residents of Hamilton County to learn more about fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and the dangers of consuming alcohol during pregnancy. So with that, I welcome and I introduce Ms. Aubrey Page.
Good afternoon.
Hi, thank you. I am an FASD educator, and I came about doing this work because I'm also a foster parent. And as I was working with kids in the foster system, I noticed how prevalent this is. So it's 17 to 19 times more common in foster care. And many parents, foster parents and professionals didn't know about it. And so I started teaching. As I continue to reach out, I see how few services there are available. There's nowhere to get diagnosed in Southern Ohio. And so I really appreciate recognizing this day because I'm hoping that it will bring more awareness about this. Yesterday, we did a lot of effort because that was the big day. And we reached over 50,000 people since the beginning of the month on social media. And so we're hoping to get the word out more. 5% of the population is a pretty big number. So we're hoping to get the word out more and help get more services and more professionals aware, which is why I teach. So thank you so much for hosting this. Two myths I want to dispel is one, this is very often misdiagnosed as ADHD or autism because we have a lot of the executive functioning, hyperactivity, impulsivity, poor judgment kind of stuff. And also we kind of have in our head that this is a disability of women who are alcoholics, which is absolutely not true. What they're finding is that FASD can be caused by very minimal maternal alcohol consumption early in pregnancy. So like even before you know you're pregnant, which is why the prevention piece is so important, but also why intervention is so important because we kind of assume we know what these kids look like and they don't. You would never know it by most of the kids I work with. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk.
Thanks for being on. Thank you, Commissioner Parks, for bringing this to our attention. I have a question for you, though, and thanks for being a foster parent, by the way. What are you explained it just a little bit, but what kind of disorders are common amongst this population?
Yeah, so we have a lot of impulsivity, distractibility. Executive functioning is your ability to organize kind of everything in your life. It's your ability to use what you know. And so that's usually a big struggle. There are a lot of physiological, like organ defects, limb defects that come with this, hearing, vision loss. But a lot of times what we see are behaviors. So kids who have a hard time processing the world around them often are acting out. And so what we see is a kid that's behaving poorly, which means that we oftentimes see multi-system youth. They're involved in the criminal justice system that maybe get removed from a foster care placement or their home. So it doesn't look like a disability. It looks like a kid that can't do the right thing, which is challenging.
It's interesting. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Well, comments, I suppose, no question.
Yeah, thank you for all the work that you do. It's really, really needed. I know when I supervise Every Child Succeeds and first-time moms, that was a critical issue with the moms. And so it continues to be. And I thank you and your agency and all of those that work to help those moms that are desperate and don't have the answers. So thank you so much.
Commissioner Parks, I'll give you the final word.
Thank you, Madam President. Aubrey, thank you so much for the work that you do. And when you first came to me, came to our office, I was struck by the amount of children that are affected by this that we have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so these kids are misdiagnosed. You know, they end up in foster homes, they end up being penalized and misdiagnosed. And so this is really kind of scary to me. So thank you for what you do and for bringing this to us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate your time. And thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Thank you.